Today's video is all about a new makeup line that I found at CVS called Joah. I think that's how you say it. It's Joah. I am wearing almost all their products on my face today. I've been using it a couple days. I'm going to give you an update in a couple weeks on this same video, and I will let you guys know my final thoughts at the end of this video. But let's get started first of all with their primer. It's called Selfie Ready Hydrating Primer. That's the one I got. And I do like this. This is very creamy when it goes on. I don't know if it really helps with the longevity. I'm not sure about that. I need to play with it with maybe some other products, but I did like how it felt on my face. I don't think it helped with texture at all, and it certainly did not minimize pores, but it doesn't claim to do that, so I can't expect it to do something that it's not meant to do. As far as a hydrating primer, I thought it was fine. The next thing I put on my face was the Truly Yours Natural Finish Foundation Drops, or drop, I should say. And I got the shade, which was clearly too light on my face, Classic Ivory. So these were very thin in consistency, very runny. I like the dropper. I wish it was a pump, but the dropper's fine. I ended up putting it on my glass and then using a sponge to put it on my face. That's how I like to put most of my foundations on. I like that it was thin. It felt very light on my face. It definitely did not feel like I had anything heavy on it, which is good for summer. It did not give a high coverage, and I'm not sure if it claims to give a high coverage. Okay, the CVS website says, lightweight multi-use foundation hydrates, brightens, and smooths your skin. Plus, it's blendable, buildable, and has a sheer natural finish, available in 8 shades. Yes, it is light. I do not believe it smooths. In fact, I actually so far feel like I have much more textured on my skin than I would normally. So that's weird because it's actually kind of a matte finish. I do not see much sheen at all. So usually with matte finish, you have a much more smoother finish. So I'm not seeing that it smooths at all. Blendable, yes. Buildable, I haven't really tried that too much because I don't really need to right now. So I will try that and I will get back to you on whether I think it is buildable. And it is definitely a sheer, and it is natural. I do think like it does feel like it is one with my skin. I don't feel like it's drying to my face. There was really no odor that I could detect. Those of you who have more oily skin may like this better. This is okay with me right now because my skin is not too dry. I do want to try this putting on an illuminizing primer underneath it. I think that might make it a little bit more dewy on my skin. We'll see. I will try that and I will let you guys know if I like that any better. So of course, after I did that was time for my eyebrows. Well, I did things way out of order. I should have done the concealer, but I didn't, and you will see that when I do this. So I will get back to you on the concealer in a minute. But the next thing I did was put on eyebrows. I got this in the shade dark brown. This definitely pulled red, so I was not happy at all with the color selection. You really couldn't see when I looked at it. I didn't know really how big it was, and of course you can't open it when you're there at CVS. They won't let you. They don't have samples out. It has a thick and then it goes to thinner. That's not the kind of eyebrow pencil I like to use, so therefore I didn't like it for that. One thing I definitely did not like is this thing. I don't want to have to like do my eyebrows, bring it over, and then find the brush, where a spoolie goes the whole way around. No matter where you put it on your brow, it's gonna be there. This one I had to find it, and it's very flimsy, not stiff enough to really go through all my eyebrows, the bottom of it, or the other side of it. So I ended up actually going to my Brow Wiz from Anastasia. It just works so much better, so I did not like this at all so far. So I'm probably not gonna do this too much more. I don't know, I just didn't like it. I forgot to mention that I did use their setting powder. It's called Selfie Ready Setting Powder. They have a few different ones. I think I saw 3 or 4. There was a banana one. I got the one in peach. I'm not sure why. I was thinking peach might be good for concealing more and maybe diminishing some redness, but peach really does blue, so I don't know what I was thinking. I honestly think this, I don't like it so far. it doesn't really help with, it did help with setting. Absolutely helped with setting. But I felt like I looked older after I used it, where when I use my Becca hydrating one, I don't feel like I look older after using it. I feel like it blends into my skin and it makes it look better. So this definitely did not make my skin look better. I don't think I'm really loving, oh my word, it's all over the place, loving this so far. The next thing I tried was their mascara. I used the Volume and Curl mascara. The first impression I got on it was how big the brush part is. I mean, it's really long. It's thin, but it's really long. Now, yesterday when I put this on, I curled my eyelashes like normal, and this is not waterproof. So I could not see, at least at CVS, they did not have a waterproof version of this. I ended up getting the Volume and Curl because I thought, okay, my biggest issue with non-waterproof mascara is that as soon as I put it on my eyelashes, it uncurls my eyelashes. And so waterproof one does not do that. So I thought, let me try the one that says it's gonna curl it. And I will tell you, as soon as I put it on my freshly curled eyelashes, it uncurled them. And I looked at the end of the day like I had no makeup on, at least mascara on at all. I was just like, okay, what in the world happened? It was just a disaster. So what I did today is I used my CoverGirl Hydrofuge Last Blast Volume, and this is waterproof, and I put a layer of this on. Now I was very tempted to just keep going because I know this works. And it's really hard to have a train wreck looking face throughout the day when you know something's gonna work. But obviously I needed to try this for you guys. So I put a thin layer of this on first, and of course it curled my eyelashes and it kept the curl. And then I went ahead and put a layer of this on the top, and then I went and did the bottom. The bottom I did not put this. So we will see if this lasts throughout the day. Right now I'm looking and my eyelashes look fine. They're curled, they stayed on, it's looking fine. So I will say at the end of the day, this did not flake. And most non-waterproof mascaras flake on me. So I did not see smudging and I did not see flaking. So possibly if you do not have the issue with non-waterproof uncurling your eyelashes, you might actually really like this by itself. So we'll see. To me, it's just not worth it to do the double step thing where I'm using waterproof and then regular. Like, it just seems like, why would I create another product? But I do want to see if maybe it will last throughout the day. Oh, I have a hair right in my lip. Okay. So that was the mascara. I did not buy any eyeshadow and stuff. There was limited availability at my CVS. I'm not sure if I saw one that I actually liked. And you guys know me, I'm not a huge eyeshadow person. So I went ahead and used my own Milani and just did a nice wash over of color on my eyebrows, my eyelids, and just evened out the skin tone and things. And that's when I remembered that I didn't put concealer on. So certainly not the right step to put powder underneath your eyes and then concealer. But you know what? It actually worked fine. I had no problem with it. I put on the Dark Circle Concealer. And as you guys can see, it's one with a sponge. That's not really my favorite type. So I probably, if I continue using this, will use a brush and dab it on here and then put it on, or just do my finger and put it on. I'm just not a huge fan of putting this thing on my face. I do think it lightened my under eye. I don't have a huge problem with dark circles. So begs to question why I bought a dark circle eraser concealer for this demonstration. I realized the only thing I can think of, which, because I bought this a while ago, that I didn't have another option there. I don't know. When I put this on yesterday, I didn't set it right away, and oh my goodness, did it crease. And I will say also that this creased horribly. I waited to set it a little bit just to see what would happen, and I had major lines and major, I just looked like I had aged 10 years in that amount of time. So you absolutely have to set that concealer and the foundation, or you're going to be creased all over the place. So of course afterwards, after I did everything besides my lips, I put on a setting spray, and this is a Selfie Ready setting spray, and I bought the dewy version. It's called Do Me a Favor, D-E-W. It was very strong, as you guys can see when I put it on. It's just really a strong spray, and you know my love of a very fine mist and very soft going on my face. So I'm not real thrilled with this because of how it's so immediate and strong. I really would love it to have that nice soft mist. So I don't know, we'll see if I like it over the long run. I don't think it gave me that great dewy feel, but I will keep trying. Hopefully when I check in again in a couple weeks after I've tried this a little bit, you guys will see maybe I've started to love it a little bit more on all of this. We'll see. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I have my windows open, and our house backs up to a park. And there is somebody out there on some kind of motor scooter while I'm filming. And the sun is just beating in so bright. Okay, this went out. Hey guys, so it's been a couple weeks and I've been using this Joah, and I have some differing opinions and some of it just stayed the same. Let me start with the primer. The primer, again, it just didn't wow me. It's hydrating, it's fine. I don't think it's something I would return. I certainly wouldn't buy it again. The foundation is probably the biggest turnaround. I actually really ended up liking this. I used it in a little different way because I bought too light of a color. I needed to darken it up a bit. So I mixed this in with a few different BB creams. It made those BB creams a little bit lighter on my face. The longevity was still there. I really am excited to try this in the winter months when my skin is much drier. I want to see if I still like it. I did try it with some illuminating primers, and I did like that as well. I think that is actually better because this tends to be a little bit more matte, at least on my face it does. This is a win for me. The concealer, this was definitely a pass for me. It definitely creased way too much. I did not like it at all, so this is going back. The brow pencil was definitely a pass, as you guys could tell. The setting spray, when I do it on my face, I can feel larger droplets hitting my face, and I do not like that because then it can distort your foundation. It can take the powders off your face. I do not like this that much. I don't not like it enough to return it, but I definitely would not repurchase this. The powder. I have it on my face today. Actually, what I have on my face today is I have a mixture of Misha BB cream and BB cream. Misha BB cream and this, and I mix these two together because this is a much darker color on my face, and this I really liked. Then I put this on, and I used a sponge, a wet sponge, the same one that I used to put on my face. I used this, and I just used it under my eyes, and it worked wonderfully. I do not have any really bad, it didn't make me look older. So I think this is a win. I definitely will keep this. It will not replace the Becca hydrating one that I have, or aqua one. It will not replace it. The last three things would be the mascara. This is a pass for me. I'm not gonna go ahead and put a waterproof on my eyes and then this. I just do not see the point. I know others do that all the time. I just don't like doing that. I just want to get it done. I said in my editing, I put a little note there saying I was going to find an alternative. I didn't go back to CVS to find it. So I am definitely returning these. I didn't talk too much about the pencil. In fact, I don't think I mentioned it at all. I used this and then this, and I was wearing it in the original in the first part of this video. And I had feathering big time. When I looked really close after I did the whole video and things, I noticed that my lips were definitely feathered, and I don't have time for that. So these two are going back. I did not like them at all. Let me know below if you guys have tried any other products from Joah. I would be very interested in knowing your thoughts on it. And I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing that. And I will see you in the next video. God bless.